Alright, in an effort to ADD the channel further, what are we doing? Why do we have furring strips and a level? It's occurred to me, apparently, that my motors, this boat requires a long shaft. We're going to measure the transom in a second. It's occurred to me that, in my infinite wisdom, my long shaft motors have been too low. Even the 9.9 blue that I take every year is dragging because it takes forever to get on plane and it's too low. So what's too low, what's too high, you ask? The only reason I found this out was because the last 35 I had, the spray was coming up over the side because for once we were going an appropriate speed. So what's too low? This was my research all last night on YouTube. Now you'll get different answers for this. Cavitation, ventilation plate. I think it's a I think the ventilation plate's up top, the cavitation plate's on the bottom. Y'all can correct me in those comments. I'm trying to keep the camera still even though I'm holding it. And there was hydrofoils on this at one point, so there might be a little bit of drag there. This is supposed to be even with the keel. Now, my boat does not have a very defined keel. I think it's to the left of the boat plug here. It's ish. Here. Ish. Now, I can find the keel. Oh, there it is. Actually, I should mark that. Let's do that first. And my keel's here. And then we can center the boat. But it's too low, so all of this here, even though it's pointed, I mean, theoretically, you could make the argument that as long as this is low enough, it's fine, but it's not. Because here it's rounded. But this pointed section here, all of this is creating excess drag. We want the water level here. This is supposed to be an extension of the bottom of the boat. Obviously, we're way too low. So here's my straight edge. And, I mean, that's 4 inches, 3 inches, give or take. So we're going to raise the motor. And the issue is, look at where my clamps are now. You know what I mean? These, my hold down clamps come right to the top. And what we may do is even extend this a little bit temporarily, because this piece has got to come up high. So let's do some measuring, some cutting. Let's get this motor, because when we take this out, we want to go max speed. At least try to. And another issue this will create is it'll create a pull in your steering. When it's too low like this, the prop is spinning to the right, so it'll pull the boat in that direction. And that happened with the 35 horsepower. Once we hit 22 miles an hour, the boat wanted to pull and lean to the left, where we almost fell out of the damn thing. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to lift this up, and when we test this motor, hopefully today, we will see if it pulls, and if it does, we learn something else on the old YouTube, because I am the hack. Everybody knows that now, because anything I learn is from YouTube. And then if your boat pulls left or right, we also found out that we can adjust this trim tab. And I was trying to find online to see if anybody else had it, or if you could even adjust it, and you can. There's a bolt underneath here. And if the boat pulls left or right, we can adjust this. And the rule of thumb is, if your boat's pulling to the right, you take this fin and put it to the right. If the boat is pulling to the left, you spin this fin to the left. You spin it in the way of the direction of the pull. So we will cross that bridge when we get there. In the meantime, let's get the cavitation / ventilation plate at least up to the keel. Let's do that right now. Let's get a mark to find out where my keel is. Here's where we are from before. Keel is here. We're gonna mark that, move it to the right. So probably to the right of this thing. And that, I tell you what, is pretty darn close. I really would prefer it up more. I think we're kind of at the top. We can't really do much more unless I bolt her to the transom. That maybe, if this is the motor, we'll maybe futurely think about that. We're gonna do some run tests first. I mean, it's almost 100% flawless. It's also not in line with the keel. So, I mean, it's actually dang near it on the money. So we're gonna have to run with that unless I want to add one more skinny strip, like a ½ inch bigger, but we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it for now and see what the verdict is. Issue 472. Talk about the real life saga. Half of the clamp is on the transom. I got half transom clamp on cap, half transom clamp on the transom itself. Am I asking for trouble? Is this clamp gonna rip off and motor gonna fly off? I think it will. For the 3 of yous watching, Bob and Christine, check this out. Most transoms are 20 inches or 15 inches or some sort. This one's 21. About 21-inch long transom, so it's just, you know. I think we're in line with the keel though this time. So it's just, you know, 'tis what it is. There's our future right here. 2 bolts. All right, we need to get a furring strip in the middle there. That's what we need. Bye. Hack Out Bill coming at you. All right, here's what we came up with for a temporary solution to the Yami. All right, so I gotta make some provisions. I gotta get a new. Maybe we'll do a new plate up to the top of this gunnel keel plate, heel, transom top, whatever you want to call it. I got one on the other side too. I have full clampage to the top on surface. It's tight. I've been shaking the crap out of it. Should be okay for now. We are definitely still below the heel. Still below the keel. But, I mean, it's way better. It's like right there. Here's the other side. You know, it's like right there. Raising it is just not gonna be possible without a jack plate, or we need to see how she runs on the water first. But barring any weird setbacks, throttle again is iffy. Start and stop buttons are fine. They're just a little too close together for my liking. And now that we have the plate level, I really see us having a fun day on the water. If it still pulls, which could be a suspicion, we'll mess with that trim tab. But if all of that goes well, I know it charges, I know it runs okay, I know it's pumping water, I know everything I need to know, we then will look into a diamond plate. I think they make them to hook on the back of this transom. If we get one thick enough, it should be the perfect height for the back of this. That's the plan. Diamond plate. Diamond plate, is that what they call it? That shiny aluminum thing? Running boards use them on trucks and stuff. So diamond plate, raise this up because we need, well, we still need 2 blocks worth of wood to raise it high enough though. So the plate itself isn't enough. The plate over this wood would be enough. Is that cheesy? Is that tacky? You put diamond plate over 2 random pieces of wood that are just on top of the, it'd work. Let me mull that for a minute. Maybe we just make that a permanent fixture. Coat it in waterproof stuff and everything. I'm not a customizer. I'm a bolt guy. I hate painting. Put it together. Take it apart, put it together. That's quick connects, you know, stuff like that. Anything artsy. Sanding, painting, sealing, cutting, manufacturing. Out of my range. I'm rambling. Water test. 35 horsepower. We're looking to make some miles per hour. Oh, plus, a quick side note. It also affects the motor's overall efficiency and top performance and proficiency. When you're too low in the water, it drags everything. The motor doesn't get to high RPMs. We saw it with the 15. It took me forever to get on plane, but once we were there. Water spraying over the side. So that 18 miles an hour could have been 20, 22. But I said that before. So that's what I learned today, is how important. I just figured you want the prop in deep the water so it grabs more water and pushes more water. Some of these guys are running with the prop at the surface. If you watch these videos, that plate needs to be at or even above. It's pretty wild how physics and science and stuff is way beyond my head. Anyway, ramble, water, let's get there. I'm sorry if I'm so hyper for some of y'all. I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Hey guys, Blackout Bill here. Today, we're at the boat launch. I'm gonna show you how I quick launched the boat by myself. All by myself today. We're testing the Yamaha, big day. I was hoping for maybe a friend to weigh the front of the boat down so we can see what an actual speed test will be, but we should fly. We should fly, just me. I got the backup motor, the new Merc, also in the front to weigh us down. We may have to play with the trim if it's too light, but we'll play with that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, very simple if you don't have a partner. I'd like to get the boat a little bit more in the water before I pop off the hitch. But it's a little boat. The motors don't weigh that much. It shouldn't slide backwards. But if you want to be careful, you pop I got the boat bumpers off, boat buckles, and then you can pull it all the way down because as long as you're not bouncing, the boat will stay where it is. And you get it towards the water a little bit this way. If you unhook the hook, the boat slides. It won't slide, but that can happen. All right, so very simple. This is what I do. We're gonna keep backing it up and I'll show you that backup process. But in the meantime, we're gonna prep our bow line. Very simple. Now, you just look at where you need the rope to be. And I got a long walk plank over here. So all I wanna do is get me enough slack so the boat is floating and the rope stays where I can grab it. So what I do is measure that out via my head. Get rid of your knots. I just unknotted this thing. And I'm gonna go about 20 or so turns. This is really frustrating. 20 or so turns here. I'm gonna rest it on the bow. This is the bottom of the loop here. Keep this on either side. Trying to get your lines down. This should stay here as well. Your loop stays there. Take your bow line. Give yourself a little knot-ish right to the trailer. And take your extra slack if you have it to. Put it right back on the bow. The idea is you just don't want this to should be tight. This should fall. Unlock our hitch. Stay in put. Take our hook. Put her out of the way. We don't need her anymore. Then you're just going to launch. When the boat goes back, bow line comes off, gets taut here, and the boat should be in the water. What happens is, if you want to beach it, you can pull it forward, but you just grab your line and then you can walk to wherever you got to go. Here is that motion. Right here. Go, she's ready to go. Then I got myself, I'm just going to pull up and beach it. Top. Maiden voyage of the Yamaha 1990 30 horsepower. Gear selector issues per usual. Let's see if we can get 30 miles an hour today. Oh God, I'm gonna die. Oh, look good, his ship's coming. Oh, he's tied up, we're good. He's tied up. He's gonna stay put. Get the whole harbor to myself here. Look at this. Don't go out on the weekends. Go out on a Tuesday. Ain't nobody here. Bunch of people watch this idiot get out of the guy fishing line. All right, here we go. Slow and steady. Remember, this throttle's very tricky. Start missing on me now. Dropping cylinders. We're not gonna go too far unless we figure out something cool. It's already choppy. I got the bimini top in the wrong direction. Very slow and steady today. That gear selector scared me, but I do have a tool to adjust it. As long as we stay out of the major boat traffic lanes, we can maybe push it. I mean, it sounds excellent. All right, let's kick it up a notch. I have it raised up, so we shouldn't get water out the sides. Prop is where it should be. About 1/3 throttle. Oh man, this motor's got power. Yeah, that's fast already. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. The bimini top's gonna bounce off the seat and hit me in the face. We're already flying to the left a little bit. I got bimini top things in the thing. Let's cool this down, reevaluate. See, I don't really have neutral now. I do. Let's see if she'll idle in trolling speed. Motor wants to. All right, we're adjusting some things. I got a tripod that's broke. I'm holding the phone, so apologize. It's gonna be bouncy. It's gonna be busy. Oh boy, it's gonna be bad. Anyway, we're just working out some kinks. The bimini top's gonna fly in my face. I gotta fix that. Stand by. All right, so, this one too? Oh, fucking A, man. My tripod's falling apart in pieces. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, the wind is not gonna be fun to me. All right, so we gotta steer and brake. Still in neutral. Very off-centeredly. There's a tug coming. Okay, let's get out of his way. On my right, I forgot all my boating classes. I'm gonna actually stop filming to see if I can control this thing after I get out of this tug's way. Alright, I'm gonna do a speed test a little bit. I can't go fast, too choppy. When I full throttle, the whole boat tilts to the right now. It's tilting to the right. I mean, this thing is powerful. I've gone full throttle like for 3 seconds on the tugboat. And then now, when I hit a wave, the boat is almost turning left and right. I can't keep it straight. You know how a porpoise goes up and down? I'm going left and right into the wave. Look how fast we're going. It's like 1/3 the throttle. Raising the motor definitely reduces the drag and stuff. Hey TJ, look at Uncle Belly, buddy. Jeffrey Jr. What up, my guy? Figure out what the problems are, we'll go fishing, baby! Because now it's starving for fuel, I think. I think it needs more fuel in the bowl. I gotta put this thing down in. I mean, this is scary. We made some minor repairs. Scooted the motor to the right, and I adjusted the trim tab because we are spinning. I mean, this boat wants to go left hardcore. So I took my little trim tab and went beep. Not easily, I'm on a floating dock, half in the water. But we're gonna see. Oh, by the way, 26 miles an hour. And I think if we could ever get the straightness out, we'd have 30, I really do. Anything above 20 in this boat, just it's all over the place. So that's just the way it is. We're gonna have to upgrade the boat or something. Because the Tin Lizzie, as good as she is not meant. I mean, the guy who sold it to me took it to the Manasquan Reservoir, where you're only allowed an electric motor. So we're pushing it to the limits, so we'll keep tinkering with it and see what we got. But let's see if I can get you to see 26 miles an hour on this thing. It's not fun. I gotta hold on, balance myself. I put my PFDs on because that's how scared I am. I could very well end up in this Arthur Kill. I don't have there's no dead man switch on this thing. So if I do go overboard, this thing's gonna fishtail and knock me in the face. I'm not gonna lie, this is out of Blackout Bill's comfort zone. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so our adjustments have worked. I'm still tilting this way, but my chair's off center, so it could be me. I'm sitting upright trying to correct it. I'm going way straighter now. The motor doesn't want to pull so far to the left. I moved the tab, I moved the whole motor left. But now that it's like it wants to go top speed, now I'm cutting a cylinder or something. Now, I didn't cut a cylinder all the way to Seawarren, now all of a sudden. And then we'll do a speed test after this. Let's go the other way, because if it's gonna start acting funny, better get closer to home. I wonder what Vice Grip Garage is doing today. I can't even look behind to enjoy the old spray out the back, because I gotta keep my eyes forward. I get myself trying to get the motor. Alright, wind's picking up now. Let's see how this chop does. Now I'm pushing to the left. Now I'm going to the right. I'll tell you what, man, this is so close to being a fun day. I'm gonna have to put the phone back down. Oh, trim tabs. This is full speed. Cutting out. Could be spun prop, maybe. It only does it at high speed. This is probably 22 miles an hour now. I was doing 26 on the way here, but now I'm against the wind. Let me slow down here. I believe a spun hub would also, the motor would rev up, right? This motor's cut down. Get a big ass piece of driftwood I do not want to hit. Might be part of this old floating dock. Pretty cool, huh? The whole, oh yeah. Shallower water. Part of the dock, there's a whole vessel underwater here. Again, another saltwater day. I'm starting to get upset now. Because it didn't miss at all on the way here. Now I'm consistently dropping a cylinder. I mean, no throttle at all. We're doing like, I can't see, I got the phone. It gets the plane real fast. As a matter of fact, I'm on the 4th hole up. This boat, it dips the bow immediately in the water. And even at this trim level, the boat rises, and then once it hits that speed limit mark, woof, right into the surf. The bow plows in and we start cruising.
I can definitely handle the boat way better right now. Still sketchy. Well, now I don't know. It's not doing 26 anymore. I can handle it at 22, 23. Once it keeps going up to 26, that's when it gets harder, but now it won't go that fast. So we're gonna look at fuel pump. We're gonna look at prop, and we'll check compression again, see if we're still at 150 and 130. Enough talking. It doesn't skip until that. Maybe I'm hitting a limiter? Ow. I was just gonna say, it's not doing it now. Backing off the throttle a little. Super hard to the full throttle, it does it again, but right below it, a little nick below, and I'm okay. I gotta steer here, hold on a minute. Getting choppy. Alright, cool. Sucks that I have to use my phone. Oh man, this thing goes from slow to plane, and it's way better to handle though, man, what a difference. Trim pin and everything else, way better to handle. We're gonna get away from the barges over here. 200 feet is the distance. Check your owner's manual, very choppy today. I gotta check my fuel. Let me get in the middle of the harbor here, and then we can sit and relax for a minute. Trying to hold that full throttle, man. I am trying. Woo! I gotta get a buddy in the front of this thing, man. My arm is actually starting to hurt. Alright. Couple more shots of the motor trimmed way up. The valve rises and whams into the surface. Well, you guys saw me take one before, so watch the valve. Ready? Wham into the surface. I mean, that fast. And it's still pushing down into the water. Cutting out anymore. Bill signing off. Tin Lizzie's actual high-speed, long shaft 30 telemotor. Ow! I couldn't be happier. Well, couple tweaks. It's never done. Y'all know that. Thanks for checking me out. I'm glad to get on the water with y'all. Videos. Check another one out. We'll see you in the next one.